I'm Kirby Allison, and I love helping the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes. Join me as we explore the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. Hi, I'm Kirby Allison, and in today's video, we continue our London update series. We remain on Savile Row, but today we go down and we visit Joe Morgan at Chittleborough Morgan, certainly one of the most creative and certainly an iconic bespoke tailor. So, hey Joe, it's so great to see you in the shop. It's so great to see you all working, and most of all, it's just great to see you. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time for us today. And just to kind of check in, we've just always, of course, been, so interested how everyone's getting along in London. And so, how are you doing?
Kirby, thank you for allowing me to be part of your story today and be in Savile Row, because Savile Row has huge risk assessments that has to be employed. So we're very, very conscious that our staff are safe, and we go through these procedures. And these procedures incorporate the staff and the clients that come in to see us. But we're fine. Things are challenging, and we have to be sort of part of what everybody else does. And that means carry on what we need to do and whatever we need to do over the coming 6 months, and then the next 6 months and the 6 months after that. So it's really very important that London has a voice. Thank you for allowing it to sort of be spoken. It's really very important.
Yeah. No, our pleasure. I mean, we love quality craftsmanship and tradition, and, London, Savile Row, and of course what you're doing is so much of the heart of that. And we want to do everything we can to, to protect and watch over that and kind of do our part. So it's our pleasure, and, thank you for welcoming us in. How have things changed? We were locked down for a while. I mean, no one could even go in. But, now at least everyone's back at work, and, you're still making suits, aren't you?
Yes, we are. And while we were self-isolating, we all learned how to climb the walls. We're really very, very good. The whole staff can do that. But, with our product, fortunately, we have patrons from around the world that allow us to do these things. And the thought is that, the fittings that we give, if we can't see them for a final fitting, then they may allow us just to post them to them, because it has to be better than anything else they can buy on the open market. So that's one way of our suits, still traveling around the world. But here with our production, we don't have a production. We need to just create things. So even today, we had a gentleman that sort of came in, and we just took him through to the back and allowed him to look at what we were working on, his product. And that was one of these sort of creations that we're working on. Lots of our sort of clients used to travel to Italy in the summer, and they'd buy sort of unstructured coats. Well, here in London, when you think, is it unstructured? Well, yes, we just take the lining out of the back. But now we go through this product, and it's a procedure where we use this jacket as it's just totally piped throughout, and we have a very wide facing. The structure of our sort of make is still in the shoulders and through the chest, but the rest is all open. And what we do is we shorten the jacket 2 inches, so it can be worn quite easily with an open shirt, a t-shirt, rock and roll, and a pair of blue denims and some loafer shoes. And that's what we're doing. And that's what we're doing for quite a few of our clients now.
Well, I've always loved to see, Joe, how you've kind of have taken a very modern interpretation of the classics. I mean, everything you do is still staunched in the tradition of Savile Row in terms of the craftsmanship and the quality. But I love that, you've updated those pieces in such a relevant way. I mean, I'm just looking at this beautiful piece, right over your right shoulder, with the wide peak lapels. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Or this piece that you're describing, that otherwise a customer might be buying in Italy, having you make, that's a travel piece. Are there other examples of maybe how you've kind of started making some different things, over the past few months and maybe what you were previously?
Well, again, it's like our trousers, Kirby. We make sort of suits for our gentlemen, and they say, well, I have some sports trousers. Well, you think, okay, well, let's take these suit trousers and make them in a sports trouser fabric. But no, I think it's the shape, it's the height in the rise. Everything's different for sports trousers to an everyday pattern on the suit trouser. So we have these different sort of locking models and shapes that we work with. Very important.
Yeah. Any different? I mean, are you doing more separates now than you were suits, or?
Yes, we're doing some, darling separates. And young people in Singapore do not want to wear like a traditional sort of jacket. They want something that's very stylized. And we'll show you what we're doing with that in a moment. But everything is the same construction. It's like the natural Irish linen canvas, the horsehair and the damet, sculptured and punched to give us that sort of definition, and a great, great shoulder line. Very important.
Yeah. So it's interesting to hear. I mean, I guess for your American clients, that aren't able to travel and that you're not able to see, if they're close enough to finish, just kind of pushing their garments through the finish, and then just really committing to the alterations, because, let's be honest, I mean, any bespoke garment is really built with so much longevity into the garment itself in terms of seam allowances. There's a lot that you can do just through alterations.
Oh yes, but with most of our sort of products, we fit. And it's just a case of whether we're at a fitting stage or whether we fit for 3 or 4 times. That product is really there. And if the gentleman can't travel for 6 months, a year, even longer, then we say to them, look, would you like us to finish it and send it to you? And this is what's happening, because it's going to be better than they can, the fabric's going to be better than they can buy in anywhere else. And our make is what we do. So we're allowing them to have this fitting. And if they do inflate, or they do to go to the gym every day, and they do build up that sort of muscle power, then we can alter that. That's something we do. And we alter it here.
Yeah.
It's all done in-house.
Yeah. And have your British clients been kind of relishing in the increased attention and speed at which garments are able to be made?
Well, we're still not quick. Unfortunately, we still can't do things quickly. But there are elements here that we can do, because we only have one group here this week, and next week we'll have another group in. So, the process still takes us quite a long time, but it's still going forward. It's really very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Are the tailors able to continue work from home at all? I mean, if they're 1 week in, are they still working the week that they're out?
Not necessarily, but we have one fellow that works from home, so the production there is fine, and he has everything he needs. The correct table, the correct iron, all the sewings and everything else that we need, and an abundance of working materials. Very important.
Yeah.
Because it's like all things. People say, oh, we can work from home. Hold on. Please, we don't want this to be like a sort of like a home sort of made product. Not what we do. It can't be that. It has to be something that is our sort of, every stage reaches the construction that we want, and that's really very important.
Yeah, and I guess for Chittleborough and Morgan especially, you guys have such a focus on the finer details of the product that really has to be controlled in-house. It's not something that you're sending home.
Yes, indeed, because it's, people say, why do we have so many fittings? Well, what we do is we fit this product, whether they're trousers or jacket or overcoat or what sports jacket, and then we reach certain sort of elements within that, and we're happy to move forward. But until we reach that stage, there's no point in going forward. It has to be ripped down, smoothed out, recreated. That's what we do. Very important. It has to have this look, an image and feel of what we want to take to the next stage. Very important.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. I've always had so much respect for the garments that you make.
Well, that's very gracious of you. Thank you.
True works of art and beauty. Well, is there anything that you might be able to show us, or anything that
well, again, limited. We have 2 of our very important specialized people in today, and if you wish, we could take you through to the workshop and just see what we're working on. In fact, one of them is
such a pleasure.
Is a Laura Piana 14.5 micron blazer, like we're working on, and it's totally unlined. But this gentleman, again, you can see with his name, who is whatever his name is, but we put one of his initials on the inside of the canvas, so nobody sees it. But we know it's for him, and this is what we do. And we're just working on a great coat, like a big coat with big lapels, and we're padding that. We have another double-breasted we're working on, and it's got like a rose pink wide stripe, and we're matching the padding stitch in that colour tone. So it's all coordinated as we go. And Kirby, pink corduroy suits. We're selling 3 of them. We are working on pink corduroy suits, which is fantastic. Fantastic.
Unbelievable.
So
only
where's the boring blue suit that and the grey suit that everybody's wearing, we're doing those too. But it's great to have a bit of colour within, number 12. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, well, that would be an absolute kind of privilege to be able to go back and see what you're working on.
Super. Thank you.
And so here we are in the inner sanctum. I mean, one of my favorite places to have the privilege to step into, and this is the workroom.
It's very gracious of you, Kirby. And again, there's not a lot happening because of what's happening in London, but we have two of our team in today. And this is what we were just chatting about. This is a Loro Piana 14.5 micron, and it's a beautiful fabric. It's a beautiful blue, and we're not putting a lining in it. So it's very elementary stage. And how we create our canvas and chest, you can see we have this small area here, and our chest is created from the lapel being drawn in here when it has its bridle on, and all this is kept very flat and very close round the armhole here. This is our part of our sort of DNA, and on the inside here we have our padding and our canvassing, and we've just put an X for this gentleman's initial here. And this is our Irish linen canvas, which is again in black, because we try and colour code. If it's a lighter fabric, we use the tan, but in darker ones, we use the black. And this is the start of our piping. So we use that sort of our lining here to pipe this, and then the pocket will go in and we'll pipe round the pocket. We'll put a very, very wide canvas, facing in here, up to here, and that will all be piped. But the inside is the structure of all our clothes. It doesn't have the softness of what these very important Italian tailors do, but ours is a rigid sort of very structured, punchy canvas and top, and that's the lining that will go in there and be piped with that.
So you're still giving structure to the lightweight cloths.
It's the structure, but we're not saying goodbye to it, because this is what we do. This is in our DNA, and we hope and we want to create this new model that is easy to sort of to go out shopping with your whoever, and someone says, oh look, you're not wearing your business suit, and it doesn't look like a business suit. It just looks very, very cool, whether you wear blue denim or you wear cotton trousers. I have another one of our products here, which I'm going to walk over and just bring to this area so that you can see it. So forgive me, turning my back on you. So this is one of our pink suits, pink corduroy. And again, we're making 3 of these. And again, the structure is, this is being prepared for a fitting. So again, the structure is exactly the same. Again, our chest here, this has a bridle in it, a chest there, this is kept very flat, and this is shrunk in, and our armhole is held in right the way round. And our armhole is short, and but it doesn't look small, it looks quite big, but that's primarily because we create this shoulder line that we like. It's like a powerful shoulder line, and we create this, but the armhole, again, all our clients feel this in the front side, and that's when we chip a little bit away, take a little bit away. It's very important to get this high line here, then into the waist, and then some sort of flare. So that's it. And again, we try to color code everything here. And again, the lighter canvas, Irish linen, and we've just done swirls on this, and the bridle, a strong bridle, to give us this, sort of look that is controlled and pretty punchy.
Yeah. And so 3 pink corduroy suits.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. People, it's something with the fabric's only been out a little bit, and we've got some Loro Piana cashmere, red, orange, and blue trousers we're working in, for the autumn, which is nice. And again, on here we have Jack working on some canvases. So the canvases are not necessarily for an exhibition, or they're what goes in all of our products.
Yeah, I mean, the canvassing work that you guys do is just absolutely incredible.
Well, this is the thing, the colour tones on the canvassing today match the stripes in the double-breasted that we're making. So again, it's a good-looking, very wide stripe, rose red double-breasted jacket.
I mean, it really takes personalization to the next level, doesn't it?
You adore clothes, whether it's
Yeah.
whatever, and you like to be aware of what goes on around the globe. And in London, in England, in Savile Row, we're trying to compete with the best of the French and the Italians. We're trying very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard.
Absolutely. Well, I would say that you
And you're
guys
our
are,
voice. Kirby, you are our voice, because
well,
nobody would know about us.
I mean, it's our privilege to be able to share this. It's just so inspired. You were speaking also about a body coat that you were working on also.
Yes, well, this is the whole thing about a body coat. The term is very loose at the moment because, once upon a time, people would wear morning coats all the throughout the day and then change into dinner suits for the evening to have dinner. And a body coat has a waist seam and it has round seams in the back, and that's a body coat. Whereas lots of people are having like overcoats made, and overcoats are, well, there's room in the wardrobe now for an overcoat that you wear like a long jacket, and it's quite fitted. But no way is it a body coat. No way is it a body coat. Unless you pop a waist seam and round seams in the back, it doesn't have that category. So, it's just like there's a newness in, things that people want and read about, but it's, it's not as it was. So, we make overcoats that go over a suit. Then you can have things that go, a single-breasted that goes over a knit or a white shirt. When you're out shopping, you just wear that overcoat. But overcoats, there's room for 3 in your wardrobe: double-breasted, single-breasted, and this long braid-fitted coat. It's it's nice to have a wardrobe, isn't it, with different certifications. And you can wear, in London at the moment, it's particularly sort of cold in the mornings and the evenings. So you pop a waistcoat on, and you're fine. And if it gets too warm during the day, you take the waistcoat off. But it's nice to be have that facility there.
Yeah. Have you seen, again, kind of, just with the change and kind of where people are spending their time, kind of more interesting requests like the body coat coming about?
Now for coats, for top coats, and the actual, again, if we lose the word body coat, it's sort of like a dress coat or a morning coat, and we're still making those. We've got orders here.
Yeah.
We've got one which we've just cut, which is on the front, and it's a very skillful product, and it takes a lot of skilled tailors tailoring to make it.
Yeah.
But with the top coat, there's lots of people showing interest, and the big thing is that people tell us is people are a little bit fatigued with going into the big stores, buying joggers, buying trainers, and buying knits. They want to get back to dressing. They want a proper pair of shoes. Yeah, well, I'm wearing my Gaziano and Girling shoes today, and the thing is, again, when you walk along, how nice it is to hear and look at people walking along in proper shoes. Whereas if they're wearing trainers, there's no noise, and it's just not what you want to see along Bond Street, really. It's something that you want to see people that are dressed well, and they're all part of what's happening.
Yeah, well, you've got to feed the soul with some proper clothes and keeping the standards up,
Well, as with shoes, it's the same sort of process, the handmade sort of process through the shoes goes into our clothes. So it's all that. It's all that.
Yeah, and we had an opportunity to visit with Tony yesterday, right across the street.
Oh, well done.
and Girling. So
well done.
It's certainly great to hear. Again, despite the circumstances, they've released like 5 or 6 new models and are able to continue to innovate. Even during what is a difficult kind of business environment.
Yeah, great team. They have a great team now.
Yeah, they really do. Well, Joe, hey, thank you so much for welcoming us in, and it's so great to see you. I wish I was there to, see you in person, but in due time. Until then, it's great to have been able to, at least do this through the computer, and keep on marching along.
Kirby, that's very gracious of you. Thank you for letting me be part of it all. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, Joe. Joe Morgan at Chittleborough Morgan, right there on Savile Row. Just what an exceptional character. I mean, you just can't help but see the passion for the quality craftsmanship and tradition come out whenever he speaks. He just has so much youth and the energy that he puts into the product and the pieces that he really helps create for his clients, that every single time I'm in there, my mouth waters at the sight of the various garments that he is always working on. Like those pink suits, there's never something that doesn't really surprise or shock a little bit also, and it just speaks to the adventureness with which Joe is really able to approach his craft. So Chittleborough and Morgan, of course, online and on Instagram, great ways to keep up to date with them. And anyone that's in London, of course, that's considering having anything made, Joe is absolutely something or someone to consider alongside, the heritage houses that share the same street with him. So there we are, another great piece, another great installment of our London Update series. If you haven't seen some of our other videos, please do check out our entire series of videos as we really travel through London, checking in with our old friends, see how they're getting along. Even though I'm not able to go there in person, luckily we were able to send our senior videographer and film crew to do the filming for us. So it's really been great to be able to just get a little bit of a dose of London, even though we're unable to travel there personally. If this is your first time to the channel, please do hit that red subscribe button so that you can learn whenever we release new videos. Give us the thumbs up if you like this video, and of course, let us know what you think in the comment section below. I always enjoy reading those comments, and I know Joe does also. If you haven't visited KirbyAllison.com, please do so. Of course, it's how we support this channel. We're open for business also, and there you'll find the largest collection of luxury garment care, hangers, garment bags, garment brushes, Saphir shoe polish, our Wellington shoe shine accessories, and other luxury clothing accessories like this beautiful sovereign grade necktie that I'm wearing today, sovereign grade pocket squares, dress socks, and other great clothing accessories for the well-dressed. Of course, I'm Kirby Allison, and there's nothing more I love than helping the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes while exploring the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. Thanks for watching today.